Yes, my people, I don't come again to update our mindset. Like you all know, anything when they happen, there must be reasons. So right now, I don't want to talk too much. The reason why Tinubu and Asari Dokubo, they build secret soldiers ahead. Now, it don't leak. When I hear the thing, I was very shocked. So right now, I want to bring up the video, make una see the reason why that they build secret soldiers ahead of what won't happen. But as I bring up the video now, if you're not the first time you see me, follow my page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So as I drop the update on a daily basis, you get updated on a daily basis. So right now, I want to bring up the video. Like and comment and share as you watch the video. Thank you.
Soldiers in the Republic of Niger say they have overthrown President Mohamed Bazoum. Speaking in a national TV broadcast, Colonel Major Amadou Adramane announced the closure of the country's borders. The group has also declared a nationwide curfew until further notice.
Ce jour, 26 juillet 2023.
We, the Defense and Security Forces, meeting within the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, CLSP, have decided to put an end to the regime you know. This follows the continuing deterioration of the security situation and poor economic and social governance. Reaffirming our commitment to respecting all the commitments entered into by Niger, we reassure national and international community that the physical and moral integrity of the authorities will be respected. In accordance with the principle of human rights, all the institutions of the Seventh Republic are suspended. The Secretaries General of the ministries will take care of day-to-day business. The Defense and Security Forces are managing the situation. All external partners are asked not to interfere. Land and air borders are closed until the situation has stabilized.
Il est demandé à tous les partenaires extérieurs de ne pas s'ingérer.
The U.S. has condemned efforts to subvert democratically elected government and demands the Nigerian leader's immediate release.
We are very closely monitoring the situation and developments in Niger. I spoke with President Bazoum earlier this morning and made clear that the United States resolutely supports him as the democratically elected president of Niger. We call for his immediate release. We condemn any effort to seize power by force. We're actively engaged with the Niger government, but also with partners in the region and around the world. We'll continue to do so until the situation is resolved appropriately and peacefully.
Also, a delegation from the West African regional bloc is heading to Niger. The decision emerged after a meeting with ECOWAS chair, President Bola Tinubu, and Benin Republic President Patrice Talon in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Niger's president has tweeted saying the hard-won achievements will be safeguarded. All Nigerians who love democracy and freedom will see to it. Big news coming in from Niger, updates there and condemnation from some world leaders.
A very sad one, I should say, because we have been watching this for a while, and it was only a couple of weeks ago that President Bola Tinubu did say we'll have no more coups on the West African continent, but now he's faced with his first one. What are we going to do? Is the ECOWAS going to treat this like the African Union has treated the rest? Because they've also blamed the reaction of the African Union, the ECOWAS, saying those coups, the ones we had in places like, we had coups in places like Mali with Tombabaye, and we had also in Guinea. Are we going to treat it that way? Are we going to keep negotiating with the coup plotters and say, okay, they should probably leave office at a point in time and have a transition back to democracy, which they never do, because the likes of Assimi Goïta have violated all of those transition timelines now. Tombabaye is quickly, putting his firm roots in there. Will they do that? Will they go with force, which might be tricky because of the situation and the collateral damage that will probably happen? The Americans are talking to Bazoum as we speak. He's a great friend of the West, the Americans and all of that. And he's been a key ally in fighting other terrorist group out of Niger and out of the West African sub-region, ISIS and the likes. So let's see how all of this pans out. But ECOWAS has sent in a delegation there. What will ECOWAS do? A lot of us have always called, for the good old days of ECOMOG to come back. But the question is, who is going to fund it? Nigeria does not have that capacity or that money any longer. Even when we had back in the days ECOMOG was still really stretched, because even when it went in, it had its own challenges and all of that, internal challenges. So is it going to be a dialogue with the coup plotters in Niger? But this is another sad one for the ECOWAS sub-region, and the region that was thinking of being on a firm footing at this point in time. Truncating democratic rule in any country just ruins everything that people have ever fought for, and I understand, where President Bazoum is coming from. Let's see what delegation led by Patrice Talon will be able to do as regards that. Also, let's see what Americans are going to be able to do. Obviously, if Anthony Blinken said he spoke to Bazoum this morning, then definitely Bazoum is safe. We can assure his safety. Is it going to be a deal of how to get Bazoum out or how to get democracy out? But a couple of options I see. The number one option will be probably have a transition phase where these military officers, get to return democratic power back. But that's also incumbent on their greed. If they don't get to greedy, that doesn't happen in the end, because we've seen how all of that has panned out in the end. A second option, which is always the hardest, is to be able to use force and restore power. But it's all up in the air because you don't know the backers of the coup plotters. So there are two case scenarios. Probably one, a better case scenario, but the other one, a worst case scenario. We just hope for the best, and we pray for Niger this morning.
Well, after the quite embarrassing moment for not just the DSS, but I think for the nation, a former Minister of Education, Obi Ezekwesili, had lent her voice, saying to the DSS, stop embarrassing yourself. And stop embarrassing yourself. I would say stop embarrassing us as a nation. He says, tell us the truth of Emefiele's matter. Is it just about gun running? I mean, being, offended, because he's in possession of a gun that is not licensed, or there is more? I mean, this is after the tussle, the embarrassing moment between the DSS and the prison officials who are to take custody of Emefiele pending the time he meets up his bail condition yesterday. Well, eventually the DSS had the upper hand as they rearrested Emefiele after a court had given, an order. It's so, we're still back to the same point where we don't obey court orders. We just do things the way the way we want them to be done, and all of that. We don't know what is really happening. But this former Minister of Education, Obiageli Ezekwesili, had asked the Department of State Services, DSS, to review the real reason for the arraignment of former Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele at Lagos Federal High Court today. Well, Obi wrote on her Twitter page, the DG of official DSS NG, who without decorum publicly advertises that he is a close friend of official Abbott, obviously thinks the average IQ of sensible Nigerians is as low as that of the politicians. He has reduced that agency at Nigeria government to serve. Stop embarrassing yourself and tell us the truth of the Emefiele matter, Joe. Be guided. Or just tell us what's your opinion. I mean, because I feel there is more. There is more to Emefiele's matter than is made known in the public. But then it's quite embarrassing what happened yesterday. Well, then we'll keep you updated as to what is happening and what eventually happens, afterwards. Thank you very much for watching. This is still Serious Matters here at ONF TV. God bless you. Bye-bye. Please share our videos.